on this episode of Bot versus Con.
I love these colors, and if they did it in these colors, bought. I actually have reached out to him. I need to get measurements to make sure it can fit in my case in the MP size.
Oh, you're gonna get it no matter what.
I know.
This is the best Seeker mold that we have gotten from Hasbro, and it's.
It looks good in certain angles. It looks complete. It does. Like, I don't feel like going into this I need an add-on kit. I don't feel like going into this that I need a sticker set.
Much better.
It looks like fire. Yeah, somebody turned the lights off on this Prime. You're gonna make me unleash the dragon.
It's already only $27.48. That is the perfect price in it.
This is Bot versus Con. Make sure to subscribe and consider becoming a member.
Hey, welcome back, BVC fans. As always, I'm Bobby the Bot.
And I'm James the Con. And this is Bot vs. Con, where your voice is heard.
And we're back with another round of news. But before we jump into that, as you can see, I'm on vacation, so I don't have my... Actually, I shouldn't say vacation. I'm on a work trip, so I don't have my normal background. Hopefully, you can hear me fine and everything's good. But before all that other stuff, let's talk about a big shout out to our official sponsor, The Chosen Prime, where you can find many of the figures that we're going to be talking about on pre-order. Maybe they're in stock, who knows. Also want to say thanks to our members. We really do appreciate your support. And to the subscribers, again, we wouldn't be doing this without you. So really, really, really appreciate you. We're trying to get to 3,000 subscribers before TFcon. We have like a month, I think, just under a month. So please get to clicking that subscribe button. It really does help the channel out and would help us reach our goal. So with that, James, over to you.
All right, well, let's go ahead and start off. And I'm going to throw it right back at you because we have some exciting TFcon news from our channel for you. So let's take a look at, I think, the first TFcon exclusive that we're going to be talking about.
Look. Oh, man. Yes, this is amazing. So for those, really do appreciate those who picked up our very first exclusive, which was Soundwave. Well, for Baltimore, we're back with our TFcon LA exclusive, and that is a big water print there. But we are featuring Jazz. There's been a lot of hype around Jazz. Mr. Good and Sexy, Dr. Good and Sexy, we're looking at you in particular. There's the Jezzy coming out that we're both excited about. So we just really thought what would be a good Autobot, since we had a good Decepticon that we can put out. And here is our Jazz. We hope you like it. This is up for pre-order right now, similar to our Soundwave. And actually, we still have a couple of Soundwaves left, but this is limited to 50 copies right now. They are each individually numbered and signed by Chris Hamer, our resident member, friend, comic book artist, who's done things like Archie and what's the guy with the yellow jacket?
Dick Tracy.
Dick Tracy, yes, and several others that he's had published. So, really do think this one came out good as well. James, what do you think?
I think it looks great. I mean, Jazz is one of the iconic Autobots, and now that I know he's the second in command from you, I always thought it was proud because he's a cop, but, whatever. I think this is great. I think it makes sense. Soundwave is arguably the real second in command, no matter what Starscream thinks. So I do think Jazz makes sense as well. I'll be happy to add this to my collection.
Yes. So, of course, if you would like one of these, just send us an email and we can work out the details. These will be going for $20 as well as the Soundwave. And who knows? Hopefully they sell out before the show. But if not, you can get your pre-orders in here. And anyone that's going to the show, we will bring them signed and everything for you at the show. So there you have it.
And there will be another print that will be super secret. This is going to be drawn by yours truly. There'll be 13 of them. I'm not going to show them off. No pre-orders. It'll only be TFcon if you want it. So you have to find me and buy it, or message me and say, meet me up here. I think it's coming out really, really nice. I thought I would have fun making one, and I am. So it'll be limited to 13, and the 13, even though as much as I hate it, will be a chase. So look forward to that.
Yes. So
now, let's move on to more TFcon news. And we have Frank Welker will be in TFcon LA. So again, that's really cool. Hopefully, who knows if Peter's going to be there as well, but at least Frank will be there. I know a lot of people are happy about this, and I think you need to go see him one of these days.
I've seen him a lot. and not to say that I wouldn't want to see him again. I've seen him a lot, and very cool. He actually gave me the signed autograph script that they both read at TFcon LA last year. It was LA.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 24. Yeah,
Peter and Frank. And so yes, very nice guy. I'm excited. I hope and pay attention. It is Saturday and Sunday for him. The line does get long, so if you do want to purchase these are separate tickets. So that is something to remember. These are separate tickets. And you can't buy them at the show. I mean, they're going to sell out.
If they didn't sell out, you could probably buy them. Tickets are available now.
Yes, so jump on it if you'd like it. But Frank is very, very cool, and yeah, I'm happy. Hopefully, we hear that Peter can make it, but who knows?
Yeah. Also going to TFcon LA is Charlie Adler, which has done some iconic roles as well. Silverbolt, Trigger Happy, Starscream from the 07 movie, which, if I remember right, was a really cool voice. So this is pretty cool.
I don't know who Vorath is.
He's a headmaster or something.
Okay. Okay. Maybe that's what it is.
Right.
I don't remember them. I don't remember their names, the headmaster names. But
yeah, he's a Nebulon. Mindwipe.
Okay. Yeah, I don't remember, but yeah. I wonder how. I want to ask him, what does he think about the new Silverbolt? No.
Always got to take it there. So let us know your thoughts below. And remember, you can hit us up at botversuscon@gmail.com if you want one of those prints. And we'll be right back with what's just announced. Moving on to just announced, we have a very interesting pop-up in Shibuya. I guess it's at Shibuya MODI. It's a pop-up store of Transformers, and they're going to have the Transformer Expo 2024 official guide, this neck pillow, which transforms, which is really cool. I think you need to get this one, and I'm going to get the Soundwave one because I love the Soundwave one. I love that it has the cassettes on the back and everything. It's so cool. Probably wouldn't pay what they would want us to pay for it, but I do like it. And then some keychains, a mini art acrylic, and if you go and get this EPOS X, it's a special credit card in Japan. You could go ahead and save some money. There's a special promotion.
So they're gonna waive the interest off of this or something like that. I want those neck pillows.
They're really cool, right?
I do.
I really want the Soundwave one.
I really want that, and especially since I'm out of town, and it would be great to have this and fly into TFcon with one of these on. Yeah, I usually get a window seat and passed out, so it would be cool. I'd like the keychains as well.
Yeah, the keychains aren't bad either.
Yeah.
Moving on, at WonderFest 2025, Flame Toys showed off Kuro Karakuri Rodimus, the Lost Light version. So this is not like Nemesis Rodimus or Rodimus Unicronus. This is what he turned into in the comics, and I say that because I know you probably don't know where this deck goes from. But my question is to all of you watching is, why did he change his colors? I really don't know. I didn't look into it, honestly, but I'd love to know if anybody has an answer. But these colors are really cool. And if they do that, what was it? Adamas Machina? Rodimus? Whatever. Yeah, whatever the T-Spark line is, since there's like 20 different names for every figure. If they did it in these colors, I would be more interested just because it's a little different. And I think these colors are really cool.
I love these colors, and if they did it in these colors, bought.
Yeah.
Because I don't have anything that resembles this. I think this looks really good. The colors are also very subtle, which, I mean, I don't know if this is shattered glass or anything like that, but it looks like it would be shattered glass as the polar opposite of what you typically get with Rodimus. So I love these colors.
Yeah, it's not shattered glass, but
right, it's not shattered glass, but
it looks like it because it's literally like. It's kind of like Cryotech and the Fire Dragon, and normal. I say Fire Dragon, but Megatron. That Megatron's fire, Cryotech's ice. It's the same type of thing, and I really do like that design.
Polar opposites.
Yeah, and I love the crossbow he comes with.
Yeah, this looks really good.
Yeah, it looks cool. So, let us know what you think down below. They also showed off that they're doing Cyclonus from the comics as well. I know it's not your favorite design, but I think this looks good.
The one thing I definitely know, he would never kick me in the butt. Nope, not gonna be able to do it. Anytime, matter of fact, you're just gonna walk in front of me. That's how this is gonna happen. You're just always gonna walk. You might trip and fall or something. You will always walk in front of me. Nope, not with them feet.
Yeah, well, that's where Decepticons come in, is they just happen to be behind you to kick you in the butt.
Yeah. It'll be your final journey if you get kicked in the butt by him.
Moving on, Good Smile Company, which does Nendroids and other stuff, is doing a statue of G1 Prime, and I guess from their subsidiary company Starspace. I thought this was one we already looked at, that they did the Nemesis version of, but it's not. Oh. They said it's new, so I don't know. It does look good though. What are your thoughts as the Optimus collector between us two?
It looks good. Keep them up-ohs don't follow me on out of town either. No, it looks really good. Again, I'm not a bus person, but it looks really good. Again, if I had unlimited budget, if I had 2 pages of pre-orders, I would then be looking at statues and busts and things like this. This looks really cool.
What about space?
Oh yeah, space too. Yeah, yeah. If I'm down to 2 pages of pre-orders, something's happened. and we're spaces. Yeah, I'd probably be able to figure out. No, I wouldn't. My lady would be mad at me because that means that stuff is in our bedroom now and stuff like that.
I was gonna say, you could put this in the living room right next to your TV or something.
Yeah, that's no. Oh hell no, man.
Well, let's move on to something else that you need to pick up, and that's Blockies Galaxy Version Defender, Starscream, and Golden Lagoon Soundwave. I think these are the bigger ones with lights, but could be wrong. Looks like their eyes light up. I think you need to pick these up. At least the Soundwave. Do you have a Soundwave like this?
I do not have a gold Soundwave.
There you go.
2 pages of pre-orders. all the way in. I've already have admitted it once. I think these are so much fun. They're great to put together. I think they look really good. I cannot afford to add these to my collection. The way I collect, I cannot afford to add these to my collection as well. Not that they're really expensive or anything like that, but it's just like, oh my gosh.
Now, what if they transformed? Theoretically, I know they don't.
Right. Then it would have to be, I would probably do Legends then. I mean, well, now if the price was, cheap like they are, like let's say they transformed and you add $10 on them, something like that. Mm-hmm. I would be in on these. They're so much fun. They are really cool. I love the way they look. I just literally can't. And I can't even say space because they don't take up a lot of space. I have them on top of my cases now, the ones I do have, and I would just put any character that I have a MP or figure of, I would just put it on on top of that case. But yeah, it'd be another bill because I would buy so many of them.
Yeah,
So
these are really cool, and I think the finishes look amazing on both of them.
do.
The Soundwave is very unique, so that's the one I would gravitate towards.
I like the finish on the Soundwave, or excuse me, on the Starscream better because it's just more colors.
Okay, that makes sense.
And and the details look really, really, like, they're very vibrant. This picture, highlights a lot of the different colors and how things come together on the Starscream better to me than the Soundwave. The Soundwave looks good, but he's gold.
Yeah, true. Well, let us know if you're going to be picking up these Blockies down below. And we're going to move on to some MDLX Voltes. I don't know who that is. It might not even be a Transformer when I put them up here. Let me know if you know who it is. It looks interesting.
Yeah. I'm not going to get in a headbutting contest with him either. That's like a Conehead's Conehead.
Yeah. I thought maybe it was a drill on his head.
Or a dunce cap.
That works too. Let's move on to stuff that I know you're going to pick up, though. Collector's Craft showed off the coronation stage. And we've had them on the show, and this is absolutely phenomenal. But I do have to say, the first thing I noticed when I saw this was it looks like the Minicon symbol on the base. You see it?
I see it, but I couldn't tell you.
The Minicon symbol is an M with the. Do you know what the Minicon symbol looks like?
I don't remember it.
Okay, all right. Well, let them know down below. I'll show you afterwards. So the Voyager or Legend size is 16.5 inches wide, 13.5 inches deep, and 9.5 inches wide, and it'll be $294.99. And the MP size is 24.75 inches wide, 20.5 inches deep, 14.25 inches high, and it'll be $549.99. This is too rich for me. I also don't have a big connection like this like you do. I'm assuming this is from the movie. Mm-hmm. Even though it looks like it's a Minicon throne to me. I do think this is really cool. It looks very well finished, and I think it would really make a big, display for seekers. I think this would be really cool. What are your thoughts on it, and how many are you picking up?
How many? We're not going to get into the plus numbers, multiple. No, I like this a lot, and I think I had it when we did the tour videos. I have an 86 case where I've tried to create scenes from the 86 movie, and I actually have Ghost, Starscream, and Megatron or Galvatron in the canon mode. But there's no display or nothing like that. So I'm very, very, very interested in this. I actually have reached out to him. I need to get measurements to make sure it can fit in my case in the MP size.
Oh, you're going to get it no matter what.
I know.
You're going to get it.
I have to figure out how I can set this up in that case. That's the hard part. I would definitely want this in the case and to recreate that scene. And oh gosh, yes. And then we're getting so many Constructicons with trumpets. I would have that set up. Yeah, this is actually going to, if it fits in my case, this will be the scene that replaces another scene that's in my case that I'm currently working on. So yes, I do want this.
Yeah, so remember, if you want this, go ahead and contact Collector's Crafts personally, either through Facebook or what was the other email, right? Email, and you can get 10% off, which is big chunk of change with how expensive these are. And go ahead and tell them Bot Versus Con sent you while you're there.
Yes.
Moving on, we've got Funbie Studios RC's weapon. I don't know what this is from. Do you have an idea?
I was hoping you could tell me.
Okay. I don't even know what RC this goes to. Yeah. Maybe it's Skybound. Either which way, I see a cell phone that turned into a gun. That's what it looks like to me. You know what I mean? Like it folded out and it's a secret spy gun or something, but it does look very nice.
As soon as I saw the white one and you said cell phone, all I thought about is Saved by the Bell and Zach Morris with his big
the one on the top.
Yep, big block. Yeah. The painted version looks great. You know, the
it is a 3D render, so we'll probably get more information on the next show.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I don't know what RC it goes to. It doesn't ring a bell for G1. Maybe it is Skybound Comics.
It could be Siege too. The TV show.
Yeah, I don't remember it at all, but yeah, it looks really good though.
Yeah, I agree. Next up, Metal Planet Displays has a removable and a repositionable vinyl decals, which we said was really cool, for DX9 Red Storm to give them a more tune-accurate look. Are you buying a second Red Storm so you can have both stickers applied?
No. I may look into this though.
It doesn't fix the tires though.
It does not fix the tires, and that is. I don't know. That is the that and the tail fin. Those are the major flaws of this. I know some people have complained about the blue lights in the front. That doesn't necessarily bother me. This addresses that aspect of it though. I actually, instead of these, I actually like the blue lights better.
Is the white headlights what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I really don't like that. They look like someone got some masking tape and just put it over it. They don't look like lights. And maybe that's the picture that I'm looking at right now. Maybe there's detail in there. I don't know. But I think if you're picking this up, it's mostly for the windows.
And you can see the stickers for the pop mode as well. The legs.
Yeah, and the legs and the arms.
And the arms.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a complete set. So that's pretty good.
Will you be picking it up?
I don't know.
It's only $12.
Yeah, it's not.
It's really cheap.
Yeah, it's really cheap. And the thing I like is that they're removable, so you can kind of do it the way you want to do it. But the reason I say I don't know is because I have a sticker set for Takara, and it has this kind of look. And so to differentiate the two, I like to have typically one with stickers and one without. So I have to see just how different this looks versus what I have.
Yeah. Makes sense. Next up, so these next few things are 3D printed stuff. I didn't see where you could reprint them, but it is stuff that we have talked about on the show, so I thought it was pertinent. First, we have a tail upgrade and a throne. First, the throne looks good. Second, tail upgrade still isn't doing much. It kind of looks worse, looking like a pencil, if you get my drift.
I've been having a good time out here, so I'm going to blame anything I say that on me having a good time out here for work. Yeah, let's just say that tail's not going to do much damage.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I was spoiled with Beast War Scorponok because I want like an intimidating tail with like claws and stuff. This is just like
you want some girth.
I didn't want to say it, but you're correct. But the throne actually looks really cool. I don't know if it could transform with that. Probably not, but I do think that looks sick.
I love the throne. I want the throne. I really think that's cool. This figure looks cool. Yeah, I'm actually okay with the tail. Of
course you are.
No, we don't talk about a woe fella now. I don't know if this tail does enough to change the firing mechanism of the weapon and the tail that comes with it. So that's why I don't know if this upgrade makes a big enough difference that I would give up the firing missile.
That makes complete sense because I don't think it's that big of a difference, honestly.
Right. And I like the firing missile gimmick, and yeah, so this would have to be a drastic change for it. And even if it was because I don't think this has the firing mechanism. But even if it had like the tail that had the curled hook, that Scorpions have.
I don't know what that's called. That's what I mean. Like if it had something more Scorpion like instead of just being like an extra bit on it.
Yeah. And then also it's just like it's already skinny, but then as it goes to where it connects, it gets skinnier. So it's kind of like you're not doing much damage. Let's just say that.
Yeah, exactly. Let's leave it at that. And here he is sitting in his throne. I forgot to show that off. Really cool little thing.
Yeah, I think I might be looking for the throne.
Next, again, I don't know if you're going to be able to do this, but Hector Garcia of Transformers 3D Printing Group on Facebook showed off this set for Godzilla. I think we might have looked at the arms and the head, or this might be a new set. I don't know. It's a different set, right? Yeah. And this is amazing. How he has put in the spikes, and you have the tail that turns into the gun. This is what I would have expected Takara to really do.
Yeah, and it looks like, so the head is different, which I think the other head looked more like
it was a neck too, wasn't it?
It was a neck too, yeah. It was a full neck and head, and it looked more like Godzilla that we've seen recently in the movies and things like this. This doesn't necessarily look like Godzilla to me, the head. Mm-hmm. But you can tell that he did new arms for the character, and I do like the spikes and how the gun adapts. I don't necessarily like it because it just looks, it looks like he has a gun on top of his tail that points backwards. That looks like he has, so I like that it's gun storage, but I don't like the way it looks per se.
Yeah, I was going to say for a 3D printed kit, this is great. But if this was official, they would need to have some way of smoothing that out.
Yeah. I rather the gun actually like at the tip by his head. If the gun could plug in there and the barrels be over his head or like over his shoulders or something like that, the neck piece, I would like that more than it hanging off his back like that.
I agree. Next up, Akai Studio showed off an alternative cup head. I'm assuming this is for Studio Series Cup. Looks good.
I think it looks great.
Yeah. Why I say just looks good so nonchalantly is because it's like, okay, this figure's so old. Is it worth getting this for? I don't know. Maybe if you're a really big Cup fan. It would be different if it gave him like the Cygar, or maybe you could plug it in, plug it out like the old third-party Cuphead did. But this one, it's fine. I don't know if these Hasbro figures are worth getting these new heads for them though.
I'll say it this way: if they're, if these were very, I gotta sneeze. Excuse me. If these were, a year-old figure maybe or something like that, something that was still out in stores that you could pick up or something like that, I'd be all in for these. But you're talking about 5-6-year-old figures, and this has been, I think I'm being pretty consistent with it. These look great.
They do.
I think that they look too good for the figures that they're going on, and that's not a knock on the figures because at the time the figures were great. I liked the figures back then. It's just that they don't mix well to me, and I could be totally wrong. It might look a perfect match in hand, but there's just so much detail and stuff that you don't get with those figures at that time.
Yeah, I agree. I think this does look amazing, but it is what it is. Mm-hmm. I guess let's move on to Cute Toys, which has a MPM scaled Optimus Prime. I don't understand why we need another one, but we do. It does look better than this old one. I don't know which one is next to it, if that's 3.0, if it's whatever. I do like the more slimmed chest. I think it does look nicer. And I think this is one that transforms, but I may be wrong.
I do not have a version of this Prime in my collection.
Uh-oh.
No. Those uh-ohs don't travel. If I were to get a version of this Prime, I would want the alt mode because I just don't like the way the spot mode looks.
Yeah, makes sense. Next up, via Dragon Star Inc. They have a new shirt called Guns and Hoses, which is hilarious. If you look, there's 2 Transformers that turn into guns and 3 Transformers that have hoses. And if you go to dragonStarShop.com, you could go ahead and pick this up. We were able to meet him, the guy who draws all this, won't name drop, at Baltimore. And I feel like we met him in the past. But either which way, great guy, great art. Go pick it up if you want it.
I love his shirts. There's always a hint of sarcasm or something funny with it. He usually him and his wife do cosplay as well at the shows, which is really cool. And I love seeing this. What's really funny is I didn't even see the sound wave in the middle.
Shockwave.
That's a sound wave. Shockwave. I did not even see the shockwave in the middle. I was just like, oh, okay. I saw 4 figures.
I didn't see him either at first.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a really cool little thing. I think each of us have one of the shirts.
Yes. You.
I have the Mortal Kombat one.
The Mortal Kombat one, and I have the Mirage, I believe.
Yes. So shout out to Scooby. And let us know if you pick this shirt up, and we'll be right back with the updates. And we got a lot of them, so stay tuned.
Oh yes.
We have a ton of Hasbro updates for you from stuff that we just saw and some stuff that just came out of the woodwork. So I hope you're ready. First, we have the Hearts of Steel Prime and Screamer. It's going to be $60 for both of them. Prime's 5.5 inches tall and Starscream's 5 inches tall. So it's 2 deluxes practically. New molds all around, but 2 deluxes for $60. Are you in?
Are these post exclusives?
I believe so.
Damn. I think I'm out.
That price is very high. I was hoping there would be Voyager class at $60. Yeah, I don't even know if I'm going to get the Megatron one at that price.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I think I'm out. I like the box. It'd be cool to have it. I think I'm out. And this is bad. 50 I might have been in. I know it's only $10, but as I said, I'm going to be much more pickier with.
Well, you also feel like it's stupid to say, but you feel like you're getting more for $50. Which, let's talk about the next one, which is they're reissuing the Siege Skywarp with his little squadron and G2 Sideswipe and Slam Dance. And these are $50 a piece. It's like you get so much more with these than what we just looked at. I guess these are just repaints and they're not remolds or whatever, but still. Before, I want to know what you have to say about this, but I'm going to go first. One, this is the best Seeker mold that we have gotten from Hasbro, and it's sad that it's a Tetrajet and not a normal jet. I think it's F-16. I could be wrong on the jets. And I really like G2 Sideswipe. And that Slam Dance, you slap a Shattered Glass Decepticon symbol on it, it'd be a great Shattered Glass Flywheels. Is it Flywheels? That's his name, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, just making sure. I pre-ordered both sets on the Chosen Prime, which you guys can go pre-order them as well.
So are these going to be second versions for, or it's
just a re-release?
So you never had these?
No, never had them. I never picked them up. I know they go for crazy markets, crazy aftermarket prices, but honestly, this is when Transformers was good in my eyes. When it was like you could buy every figure and they were all really nice compared to some of the figures that we're getting now. My opinion. So please disagree with me.
I'm not gonna pick these up because I already have them.
Okay.
I do agree with you that these were good molds, and this is where my issue with current Hasbro is, and why I put my hands over my face, is because they're reissuing these figures, and like, do you see any gaps in the legs?
I mean, a little bit in the thighs of Sideswipe.
Right, but
that's it. They even have springs on Skywarp on the back of his legs, so you don't have gaps.
Right, it's just like, they're, or on, I can't remember his name, the flywheel, Slam Dance, yes. Like, you see the gap in the arms where the hand folds in. Those are like kind of like the gaps you see, but it's just the figures are bigger. They have more paint, more colors, and they just look better to me than what we've been recently getting. Now, do I love the siege design, the colors, and the battle damage and all that stuff? I didn't really care for that aspect of it, but these were fun Transformers.
Yeah, I have to agree. And talk about value with the Autobots. You get 2 deluxes and a Target Master for $50. Nowadays that's 25, 10. Back in the day, I think it was 19, 10, or 8, so your mileage may vary, but now that's a great value. I mean, same thing with Skywarp. It's $30, 10, 35, 10. So you're getting a good value in nowadays prices. Hopefully the quality's the same, but yeah, I'm down for getting these. And I already have Siege Starscream. I might go find a Thundercracker now just to complete the trio. Starscream's packed away, but it make me feel better.
yeah. I like these sets, so yeah, get them if you can.
Yeah, I agree. Next, Haslab Leo Kaiser's pre-orders are available in China. You have to put a 2,000 won deposit, but I guess there's a way that you could do a cheaper deposit. And in Australia, you have to put a deposit of 1,000 Australian dollars, I believe. No, that can't be right. I think it was 10. I think you have to put 10. I got the prices wrong. Go check if you are in these countries. Don't believe me. It is very late because of this one over here right below me. So the Australian price is 549 AUD, which is 345 USD, so it's a little bit more. No price for China. That's currently at 4,600 backers, so probably will get backed. So go check it out. But let's talk about the figure itself. They did show off some new pictures, so we could see it next to Deathsaurus, and this thing is tiny.
It looks good in certain angles.
If you can see right here, they also showed off that if you have Death Cobra as the arm, you could put Hellbat as the gun.
If you don't have a Leo Kaiser and you're loyal to Hasbro, get it. If you're looking for a Leo Kaiser and you're not necessarily loyal to Hasbro, there are different options out there for you. Get what's the bang for your buck and the look that you want. If you like this look, do it. I don't think this vibes with you or I, and both of us are going to pass on it. You have the TFC Leo Kaiser.
Well, yeah.
I have that. I have the Iron Factory, and I don't think that this is better than either one of those. So, and then the price point puts me out.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I just feel like, I got Deathsaurus. I think that's the only Haslab I have. That is a really good figure and felt like a Haslab. It did not feel like, cheaper. It could be a masterpiece level figure if you added extra paints, maybe better hands, so on and so forth. This is pretty much mainline. You could not get this Haslab Deathsaurus in the main line. You could probably get this Leo Kaiser in different pieces.
Yeah, I'm just, again, upset that they did this figure, as you just said, seems like it could be a main line, and they could have did the Devi. They could have put a lot more work into the Devi to make it a Haslab, or they could have gave us one of the other Haslabs that people were looking forward to.
Yeah,
but this is going to save me more money this year.
Me too. Next up, let's get into an actually good Legacy figure, or Age of Primes, whatever they're calling it. And we've got Voyager Sky-Bite behind the scenes. Didn't really have much to say. The gun could go in its mouth. The shoulder pads can detach. They're on 5mm pegs. So that's cool. I mean, my original one pops off all the time because they're ball jointed anyways. But they really need to just let Marco Clonus do the pictures. Because this one where he's walking, sold. Like, even if I didn't like this figure, this is what I would want to see on the back of the box, not the stupid barely posed figures they have. Even the one where he's holding his fin as a knife. Amazing. This figure looks really cool. A lot of people are really liking it. You know, there's some debate online. Why are they doing him? He's not even, that popular. It's all because of the dub. And it's like, he's a shark that transforms. Get over it. What are your thoughts on the bot mode before we go into the alt mode?
I think the bot mode looks good. Again, I'm the person that would be online saying, why are they doing this figure? I didn't like this figure as a kid. But I would also say, I didn't like this figure, but they did this release of, this updated figure, and it looks good. It looks better than the original. This is what I want. I want my 2025 figures to look better than my, 2000.
Well, in this case, 2000.
Or whenever it came in. Yeah, I want my current figures to look better than my old figures, and I don't want it to be slightly.
Yeah,
this looks better.
And this looks even better than the one that they did in 2013 or something. Which the 2013 one is really rough. I'm not gonna lie, I have it, I like it, but it is very rough. And the fact that it's the same size, this is a big Voyager. For nowadays standards. This was a standard Voyager back in the day. But this is still like 6.5, 7 inches tall, which is big. You've getting a lot of Voyagers that are deluxe sized. So this is really cool. The shark mode looks great. It looks like it has a lot of posability, a lot of personality. This is looking like one of the figures of the year. One of the best top figures of the year. Not just because I really like Sky-Bite, but because you could tell somebody at Hasbro loves this character. Which you can't be said about a lot of the figures.
Very, very true. This looks good. I like what I'm seeing, and I wish that we were getting this throughout the figures that have been coming out lately. It looks complete. It does. Like, I don't feel like going into this I need an add-on kit. I don't feel like going into this that I need a sticker set. I feel like I'm gonna get this and then be like, I guess I can get an upgrade kit.
You don't feel obligated to. I mean, there's two different types of silver. That is something he said in there. On the shark mode, you got the gray silver and then the silver. And it looks like the teeth are even painted on the bottom jaw, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, they did a lot of work to this. I probably, like I said before, I'm definitely down for getting 2 of these. And one will have a sticker set on it and any upgrades. So I'm really excited for this figure to come out.
He has front teeth, unlike the 86 Grimlock. Like, it's possible. You can do it
if you put your mind to it, right? So
you can do it.
I think this looks great. Let us know your thoughts below. If you think this figure is going to be any good, if you're picking it up, if you're going to be picking up the next figure, which is Heatwave, which again, Marco Clonus can take very good pictures, and these pictures look so much better than anything we saw. I do like that the ladder can come off.
Yes,
that's pretty cool. Overall, I think this thing looks really good. Not for me, not for my collection, but I do think they did a great job. Just like the Sky-Bite, somebody at Hasbro likes rescue bots a lot because their love for the shows. I mean, look at the Sideburn. The Sideburn that came out. I don't think anybody at Hasbro likes Sideburn because of how that figure looked. This one shows passion. You could even plug the axe onto his hip, it looks like.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, me neither. I think they did a great job with this. So, I would not... If you pick this up because you like the character, I'd be like, yeah, of course you did. You like the character. It's awesome.
I'm right there with you. I don't have a connection to the character. I think it looks fine. I think we both said it looked better in bot mode. Yeah, if you want to get it, this angle doesn't look bad in alt mode. This would be one that it would trick me, and I'm like, oh, there it is, and then I see it in person, I'm like, what the hell? So yeah, it looks fine. Again, the front of the alt mode looks good as well. There's a lot of details in the design of the character in bot mode as well, so it looks good for what it is. Just not, as you said, not for my collection.
Yep, I agree. Keeping it on, they showed a whole bunch of 3D renders of a lot of the Legacy first wave people that you could like spin around and see them all. We don't got to spend too much time on this. They all look about the same. Wasp still looks like the best, in my opinion. I'm sure you are excited for the aerial bots.
I'm in the room by myself.
Moving on, they I think there's a Prime versus Prime showed off Deluxe Soulless Prime. And I think this figure is actually looking better. It seems like the Age of Primes, they're really making some strides in the right direction. That I think that maybe they went in the wrong direction with Legacy. I could be wrong, but this does look like a really competent and good figure. I would be interested in picking this up if I did see it in the store, but this is not a pre-ordered figure.
Not a pre-order figure at all for me. The bot mode looks fine. Still questions about the alt mode. I can wait till it goes on sale.
I could probably do the same. Speaking of sales, wait till we get to the last part of this. Fallen Megatronus by NoTrab. This figure looks better in these pictures. I think the last ones were kind of lower, and I think these elevated back up again. I think this is going to be a great figure, and this is what I'm saying with Age of the Primes is kind of elevating what we would expect them to do, because I think this looks amazing.
It looks good. You actually took the words right out of my mouth. I was kind of like, the last time, I was like, you know what? Why did I like this so much? Why did I say this was going to be my figure of the year? Because it didn't look that way, but these pictures look a lot better.
Yeah, and I'll be happy to actually have the Fallen in my collection. I know you don't have any connection with them, but I remember reading the old Dreamwave comics, so I definitely will be happy with this.
Yeah, he just looks like a nice, evil Decepticon.
Okay, he's not a Decepticon, though.
I said he looks like, that's what he looks like. That's what he is to me.
He's a Unicronian follower. Anyways, here's his alt mode. Flames look absolutely phenomenal. I love the flame effects coming out of the turret. That's really cool.
I like the flame effects in general, so that's cool.
They look so much better than Dragon Megatrons. That was one color. It looks like they actually did have two colors in the plastic, and much better.
It looks like fire.
Yeah, exactly. We've got Studio Series Last Night Optimus. Alt mode, not bad. The two gray tabs on the door area, behind the door area, I don't like. Other than that, it's fine.
It throws it off.
Yeah.
As I just said, I don't have a movie Prime.
Is this going to be it?
Hell no. But it would be the alt mode that I would keep it in, whatever. I mean, I say that, and honestly, this could be the cheapest way to get,
No, you just don't have to get a transforming one. Just get a Hot Wheels one or something.
Go get a Hot Wheels one, yeah.
And then you're good.
There we go.
Honestly, this bot mode isn't horrible for what it's supposed to be. It needs a lot more paint, a lot more work, but NoTrab does do a great job of making it look good. It's not for me, though.
It's funny, like on the picture, the first picture, he looks short and stocky, and then on the second picture, he looks like he's taller and more evenly balanced.
The vertical lines of the sword making him look longer.
Yeah.
Could also be he could have went up,
I like the colors. I like the blues and the red and the sword and the silver and all that. But yeah, he does need more color, and I just don't like the way this Prime looks.
Yeah, it looks like Janet Jackson still.
Oh.
We'd rather talk about that, right?
Shout out to Big Pop Bodega.
Next, we have the Naruto Shippuden collaborative via
Sorry.
Storm Toys Photography. I still just want the frog.
The top Fox picture looks fine. I actually don't mind that one. It actually looks like whatever his name is. I can't think right now. The frog looks good. I like the scroll in the frog's mouth. That looks really cool. The bot mode of Naruto is okay-ish. Nothing exciting there. How much do you remember how much this is?
Not off the top of my head.
Okay. Yeah,
I it was like 50.
I want to get it. I don't want to pay $50 for it.
Well, you could get it, and I'll pay you 20 for the frog.
I want the frog.
No, you don't. It's your least favorite part of it, the Beast Wars figure. So just give me the frog. You can keep Naruto.
I like the frog. Yamagichi, something like that.
And that's not his name's Orange Spidor. I don't know what you're talking about. Next, we have MPG 16 Nucleon Quest Super Convoy. We have some new images. This is the most boring robot mode I have ever seen.
Yeah,
and it's probably accurate. So I'm not, I get it, but it's like 2 colors, not including the out of 3. I think there's some gold in there. Yeah, if this is the same price as the normal one, completely out. This does not do it for me. What is it, 280, 290, somewhere around there? I'm not worth it, in my opinion, for my collection. But give me a KO for 150, I might be talking. 150, I would be in on this.
Yeah. This isn't limited, right?
No. It's MPG 16. It's not like MPG 16B or whatever.
Yeah. I'm still waiting on the price. I agree. That bot mode is like the boring. It almost looks like Cerebros.
Or Dead Prime.
Yeah. It's somebody turned the lights off on this Prime. It's very boring. I love the alt mode. I love the red windows on it. It looks menacing. I like the colors on the trailer. The base mode actually looks fine. I don't want
the black hides all the dankness.
Yeah, I just don't.
Things.
I just don't want to spend that much. If it's the cost that you've been saying.
Well, that's the cost of the original one. I don't think they're going to lower it that much. It has the same engineering and the same paint and all that.
Well, I mean, they've done it. They've done it already. So. The engineering in there. It's not like they had to redo it.
Give us a break, right?
Yeah, please. And thank you.
We'll see. Next up, Silver Rathalos. They have some new images. Again, I think this one's much better than the other one.
Yes.
The price still makes me not. If it's the same price as the other one, I'm out.
Yes, me too. I don't need it.
I think it was $50 before, and it's a deluxe size because it's an Air Razor remold. So
no, not gonna be able to do it.
Mm-hmm. Next up, we have Urakarakuri, IDW Magnus, and Starscream. I think Starscream already came out. Could be wrong, but we got Magnus. We have more pictures of Magnus. I don't think we've ever seen those guns on his back.
I don't remember seeing those either.
I want to see what those look like over his shoulder, and I guess he has sunglasses that come out from his shoulders. Make this transform, T-Spark. I would buy this for probably $280 if it was big enough and transformed. This looks amazing.
It does look really good. I'd have to see that size. It does look really good.
If it's appropriate size.
Yeah.
If it's 12 inches tall, I'm in.
It does look really good. I love the colors and everything, how everything goes with it. This is kick-ass Ultra Magnus right here.
I also love, I just noticed it, the magazine on the top of the gun. That's really cool addition to Ultra Magnus's gun. Love this. Make it transform T-Spark.
Yeah.
Next up, we have MDLX Jazz.
This looks cool, actually.
It doesn't look bad, but it's like, have you seen the meme where it's like, Mom, I want Bingo Toys Jazz. We have Bingo Toys Jazz already at home, and then this is Bingo Toys Jazz at home. It's trying to be the same type of thing as Jezzy, but it's not as good. And taking away the transformation, I think Jezzy looks better in bot mode than this.
It's a different take on it, so that's it
is a different take, but it's trying to do the same type of Cybertronian ultra robotic thing. Yeah,
I think it looks good. Actually, I think this is a good look. If it transformed, I'd be in for it probably. But this is why. Shameless plug here. This is why we chose to do the print of Jazz, because Jazz is cool, and to me, all the versions of Jazz that we've seen, besides the one from the TF1 movie or the Rise of the Beast movie, have been good looking.
Well, technically, that wasn't Jazz. So.
I know that
they called him Mirage.
Yeah, but that was. All the versions of Jazz that we've seen lately have all looked good. New versions.
What about this Jazz?
You just had to go and make me a liar.
You went ahead. And honestly, this Jazz I have nostalgia for from the first movie. I do think it's a pretty cool design. He didn't last long, which is probably for the best. He didn't see the decline of the movies, so he's probably good. Ironhide, never liked this Ironhide design. And Primal, I wish he looked like this in the movie with the different colors. It would have been so much more interesting and cool, and instead he was a flat mess. But these look fine if you like them. Not my cup of energy, John.
I remember when I saw this Ironhide, I thought it was Primal. Like the
face is very ape-like.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Get them if you like them.
Yeah. Funbie Studio showed off final pictures of their Lithone's escape ship.
This is cute. I would get it if I had a 3D printer. It looks cute.
Yeah, it's good. It goes with their ship series, which I do like. If Hasbro actually did a ship series where they're all like micro machines or something, that would be very, very cool.
I would buy those.
Yeah. Next, Mini Roboto of TFW. I think we already looked at the rest of his stuff. So he did arm extensions for Defensor from MMC. And I think we already looked at the feet and the thighs and the chest, if I'm not mistaken. And he just keeps getting more and more like Jack Skellington with how skinny and long he is. It's getting a little too much.
I don't know who Jack Skellington is.
From The Nightmare Before Christmas?
Yeah, I don't know who Jack Skellington is.
Yeah, okay, well.
But I agree. He does. He's looking. He went from looking short and chunky to thin and I don't know. He's like real thin now. With those lurch from the Munsters shoes he has on.
The Frankenstein shoes, definitely. Yeah.
This is the kit's okay, I guess. I don't know. It does make it look more G1, but it also, I don't know. It just kind of doesn't make the character shine through.
Yeah, and it's not an all-in-one combiner anymore.
Oh yeah,
for X transbots.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, but
better than this.
But the figures, the individual figures look great.
Yes, but that's a separate story.
Yeah.
Next, Akai Studio showed off their Armada Prime head, which looks good. And it looks very good when you compare it to the Hasbro version.
It does.
Which the Hasbro version actually isn't bad. Let me say that. It's not bad, but compared to this one, it looks better.
Yeah. I can't say it any better myself.
Yeah. This is all you, though. We've got Touch Toys J6N via Mang Motion. I know you're going to love that the eyes light up 2 different colors.
Yes, I am. I put the pre-order in this for Nuclear Weapon or Hidden Weapon of Mass Destruction.
And the hidden weapon actually bends, as you can see in this pose. Which, with the sword, it actually looks really cool. I think this thing is really interesting. And the jet mode's really cool as well. Why are you laughing?
So now he has a hook. Okay. Okay, yeah. Suggestive here.
I'm loincloth.
Yeah, that ain't no loincloth no more. You're gonna make me unleash the dragon. I think it looks great in alt mode. I think it looks good in bot mode. I like that there's options for the eyes. I like the colors, the subtle colors like the blue in the or the teal, whatever that's around it and kind of highlighted on the loincloth. The weapons look good. If the storage, I'm assuming, is going to be the same as their previous release. I can't think of the name of it, where you can have options for what weapons you actually want, so you can pick different missiles or different rockets on the ship, and then they store on the sides of the stand. Really cool. So yeah, I'm interested in getting this. I will probably have one in bot mode and one in alt mode. So
yeah, makes sense. Next up, we have Mecha Invasion's Giant Legion Combiner via Drinking About Robots.
Hook. I think I'm waiting on my last 2 limbs. I
think a lot of people are.
Yeah, I love seeing the pictures. It looks good, looks great. I just want to complete it. Hurry up, give me my last 2 bots.
I agree. I'm excited to actually have a Devastator finished. I know you are as well. I'm just glad that once those 2 come out, I'm already out of the Devastator wars. So.
Mine are gonna live to fight again.
They definitely are. Next up, via Legway Model Play on YouTube, we've got a video of Bingo Toys Jezzy. Now, I actually watched the video, and this figure looks like a lot of fun. There's a lot of cool articulation, especially in the torso, that I was like, wow, that is phenomenal. The transformation doesn't look too bad. There's one part with the spoiler. I don't know if you watched it or not, probably not. Where you have to move the spoiler one way, move it back, and then push the spoiler back, which I was like, okay, that's a little annoying, but once you get the hang of it, it's probably fine. All in all, I think this figure is going to be great. If the quality is as good as we expect it to be, I could see this being in both of our top 5s. I think they did a phenomenal job, and just released it already.
One thing that we didn't do this year, we didn't do our most anticipated figures of the year.
Well, this would probably, honestly, with what's coming out, this would probably be my number 1. There's not a lot of stuff coming out.
So, who knows? I mean, I don't know if it's too late. Let us know what you think. If you want us to do our most anticipated figures of the year. I think this will probably have a space on both of our lists, as you mentioned. We just haven't got a release date. We haven't got any updates about when this is coming out.
Yeah, it looks really good. I did notice, though, the front end of the car looks a little bit messy around the hood.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll see. Maybe if you have it in hand, it's more like tech detail, or if it looks that messy. So time will tell.
Yeah.
So let us know what you think of Jezzy down below, and we'll be right back with what's incoming and recently released. Now let's talk about what's incoming, and the first thing is the collaborative with Star Wars, The Mandalorian, and these pictures kind of show off some things of the cool of the box with the red light and everything. I think that's the inside of his ship, and it shows that you can't have Grogu, I guess, but there's no Grogu in it. So either which way, this is really cool. I do want to give a shout out to Radioactive Squid on Reddit, who let me know that this is already 50% off. Now, he didn't let me know personally, posted about it. This is already 50% off on Walmart, and it hasn't even been released. I also want to give a shout out to everybody that let us know, specifically Titan and Big Bot Bodega, for thinking about us and emailing, letting us know. It's already only $27.48. That is the perfect price. And as you can see, it says you bought this 2 times because I pre-ordered it the first time. Then I bought it the second time and canceled that pre-order. This is the perfect price. Yeah. I'm keeping it now. Honestly, yesterday, since we were recording, I was looking at it and I'm like, I should really cancel this. I don't want to spend $60 on this figure. Like, that's just not worth it for me personally. If you're a big Star Wars fan, do it. Me, I'm like, eh. And then I saw that it was reduced 50% off. And you were the first person I texted, like, go cancel your pre-ordering. Because this price makes sense. I think this is a very good price for this figure. And this also tells me this figure is not doing well. So we might not get any Star Wars collabs in the future.
Well, I think that put this figure out when the Star Wars show is on.
That would have made a lot more sense.
Yes, like
I think I could be wrong, but I think there's another season of Mandalorian coming out.
Season's coming,
and they should have just waited and then released it then.
Yeah, and
this figure could have been supposed to be released during season 3, and now it's just coming out for whatever reason. We never know. It's not only is it Hasbro and Lucasfilm, but they're also dealing with Disney and all this other stuff. So there's a lot of rigmarole in there. So that could also be an issue.
So have it come out now. I mean, hold
on to it. Yeah.
Because if you're a fan of Star Wars, then you probably watch or have watched Mandalorian or have some type of connection with it, and you would probably be motivated to get this because you're seeing the new season or the show or whatever. I'm in on it. I gotta cancel my previous order, my pre-order. I still think it looks good, and again, certain pictures it looks really good, other pictures it looks really bad.
Yeah, I agree, but for $27.50, I'm good. Yeah.
Yes.
I was almost like get 2 of them and repaint it into something else. Like that would be cool too. So
I'm not able to do that.
You should do it. I want to. Okay, so I am expecting to see a repaint of this sometime soon.
Somebody send me a Digibash.
Next up, we have the New Age Toys' Romulus, the toy version, and these pictures are via Destructimus Prime on TFW. Yeah. The picture with it next to Ginrai shows both how small this figure is and how small Ginrai is, which is so funny, which is why I put it in there. But this figure itself looks really good. I think I'd be more inclined to pick this version up because it's a little bit more unique. And I do think it looks really, really nice. So let us know if you're going to pick it up down below.
Yeah, I am not picking this one up. The price has me out on it. Though it is a good figure. I have the other version, and it is good. Transformation's fun. It looks amazing. I just have a lot of Megatrons now.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for Browning to get released, and then I'll pick that
up. I would get that.
Yeah. New Age Shatterglass gear, or excuse me. Well, it's Leprechaun, and I don't remember what the other one is. Smallfoot, whatever their names are coming out, and that Swerve repaint, I love it. I just wish it wasn't so tiny. And honestly, if it was sold by itself without Smallfoot, I would be interested in it. But I don't want the other one, even though it looks better than Hasbro's. I just have no connection to the character.
They both look great. I just need them to be taller.
Now, if they did the Leprechaun by himself, for like $30, would you pick that up? Because I know you loved that deco.
I actually like both color schemes, but they're just too small.
Okay, I would pick it up. It'd be a mini con in my collection, you know. So
yeah, they're just too small. I think after the Wasp and the Shatterglass Wind Charger, I'm like, okay, yeah, these are too small.
Can't do it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what's recently released, and there's only one this news cycle that I could find. And Toys R Us showed off Decepticon Hatchet. Which is the dog like Dreads character. And this packaging has me cracking up. Look, it's supposed to be on all fours, I get it. But it just looks so funny.
I hate to come towards the end of the show showing this. Get it if you want it. It doesn't move me. It doesn't motivate me. I know there's some movie fans that probably are looking for this to complete their collection and go with their collection. I'm all the way out. This isn't. I can't even joke about this. I don't like movie figures, and the way he looks in the box.
Like he's on an operating table or something.
He looks like a shadow.
Yeah, he does. I do have a Hatchet in my collection. I have the one all the way back when the movie came out that was a little plain. Really still like that figure because he turns into like a cat dog monster, and I was like, oh, he's just somebody's pet. You know what I mean? And I loved it. This does not move me though. But if they did make one that turned into a jet like the original toy, I might be interested. But chances of that are next to zilch. But thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Bot vs. Con. If you made it this far, you must like us a little bit to deal with our, rambling. So go ahead and hit that like button. And while you're there, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We are trying to get to 3,000 before TFcon. And with that, go do all that YouTube stuff, and we'll see you in the next one. And email us if you want the print.
Took it out. There you go. As always, to all debates are won. We will see you next time. I should be home for the next recording. So stay safe out there. See you guys next time. To all debates are won.
There you go.